what they want us to talk about. So I got a few emails where people are interested in learning how to develop or what they can do to learn to develop. And so I was going to refer you to that question because you know you're all about like the online stuff, right? And you know about like all those things. And then yeah, talk about your stuff. Like this is just for like all of us. It's just fun. You know, it just gets us out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Am I on live right now?
Oh, hi, Cheryl. I don't know. I'm muted. Hi, Cheryl. You look beautiful, but nobody can hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Move that box.
Okay, so Cheryl's a panelist. Now it
All
says
right, so I'm going in right now. Well, okay. I mean, could I talk about my beginning mediumship class if someone asks about that or no?
Yeah, anything you want. I'm open to it all. Okay, so see you in a few minutes. All right, bye. Okay, so we're a little bit early, but and I think people are on, and I guess they can hear us. So hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
But what I was gonna do is just, I guess we could live stream it a little bit early. I mean,
sure. You want to bring everybody on? Yeah, we'll just say hi till we get started.
And then that way, people on Facebook that haven't registered, we could tell them how to register.
It's recording right now, so if you want to pause it until you want to get started.
Well, I was just saying, because there's attendees already waiting. I think they can hear us. Hi, everybody. I don't know if they can. Nobody's chatting yet, but can you guys see the Q&A in the chat and everything?
Let's just see here.
It's at the bottom.
I do see. I see it.
Okay, perfect. Because that's where people post their questions, and only we can see them.
Yeah, Kimberly says she can hear and see us.
Hi, Kimberly. All right, so I'm gonna just like live stream this then right now and just get it ready, because that's the part where I always mess up every week and lose it. But if I do it now, I think we'll be okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, so Kelly said yes to everything.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down with that.
Okay.
Yeah, just getting this set up right here on a page I manage. This is the hard part. They should make this easier for people. It's not that hard, but it is annoying.
Yes.
Okay, next. Okay, yay, it's almost there. I think everyone on Facebook will be shocked because I'm actually early. I'm typically late when I say I'm going to be on at 7 because I'm trying to get it all set up. I hope this works tonight. You know, there's been a big surge in the bandwidth for everybody, and all the internet slowed down for everybody, they were saying on the news. That didn't work. Let me try it again. It says I'm live streaming, but I'm not. To do this again. Here we go.
Natasha.
Yay, now it's working. It's taking forever. Sorry, guys. I don't know what it's doing. I'm going on to Facebook to see if it's showing it or what it's doing.
Hi, Barbie. Yep, I'll check my Facebook too.
Because it's just like, I just got a circle that's going around and around. Okay, well, we might not be able to go on Facebook, but we'll be on Zoom, and I could make a post on Facebook if that's the case. There's something going on, I read, with the Wi-Fi or just the internet for everybody. It's drastically slowed down because there's so many people working from home and kids on school, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't think it'd be like that at this time.
Yeah.
Let me check it. It's thinking. It's forever thinking. Okay, that was, so it's still 4 minutes before. Maybe I should just try one more time.
Sure, we have plenty of time. We have
Yeah,
plenty of
hi
time, and
everybody. Just, you're all early, but I'm
everybody.
trying to get on there early too, so.
Hi. Can you guys type in where you're from
Oh,
in
great
the chat
idea.
box?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in California. Just kind of let people know where you guys are calling in. Perth, Washington, Colorado. Hey,
Oh.
Colorado, Texas. Oh my gosh.
Texas.
Central New York. Stay strong there, New York. My goodness. Everybody.
Yeah.
Eugene, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Portland. Oh, we're all in this together. Hi, Sacramento. Barbie and Cindy, Tracy. Hi, Nikki. Guys, if you're just joining in on the call, if you don't mind just typing in the chat box where you're from. We're just getting set up here.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Wendella. Barbie. Good to see you or see your name. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, everybody. I'm just still trying to get us on Facebook. I can't see anybody, but I think you guys can see me. I'm not sure. Okay, we're getting somewhere, guys. I think it's doing a little bit more than before. It's doing something. We all need to put our like positive energy into it. Yay! It's doing something. Yay! I got somewhere finally.
Oh no, so sorry to hear that, Kimberly.
Yeah, good for you to get tested, and sounds like you did a smart thing. And
Oh, but you haven't gotten your result back yet. So.
Kelly, I see you on live Facebook now.
Yay!
I see you on my phone. Look, you're
Oh,
on
you
my
do?
phone and
I'm
you're
live. I'm just setting
You're
it
live.
up in here. I'm just setting it up on like, you know, sharing it to all the groups and everything. So just give me 1 second. It started working.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael. Say hi to everybody. All right, so we're good, I think. And I'll add tags and stuff later. Yay!
Can you let me check one more time just to make sure. But that's great, Kelly.
And
Oops.
it says it's setting it up, but I think I'm on.
Hi, Joan.
Okay, and so let's see. And I'm back on here. Okay, we're live. I think, oh, sorry, computer. No. I think we're on live. I'm on Facebook Live right now, so everybody can see us. So, yep,
Hi, Hazel.
I did see it. Let's see.
Says live on Facebook.
Yeah, it says it, and I see us, so we're good. I just want to, I want to be on the video so I can follow the comments there because we don't see the comments in Zoom. And that way, if anybody asks questions or anything, I can at least read them. So I can see us all. They're just a little bit delayed. All right, we're good to go. Hi, everybody. And if some of you guys are new, I'm Kelly, Medium Kelly, and you might know Cheryl or Allison, and maybe that's how you got here tonight, or maybe you just saw my post, I don't know. But welcome, and I do this every Wednesday night. And this week I thought it would be fun, and I'll probably do this more, to have Allison and Cheryl on because they're my buddies and I think they're awesome.
Thank you.
And and why not? I mean, so many things are being canceled and stuff because of this COVID-19, and I just thought let's have some fun, and we'll do a couple readings, but also answer some questions. Yeah, I see us. I got
Yay.
it too. Yay!
You're on live Facebook.
Hi, Layla. She's on Facebook. She says hello to all of us beautiful ladies. So thank you. And if you're on Facebook and you want to join us on Zoom, there is a link I posted at the top of the video, and you can just register, and then you'll get a link to join in, and you can come in on Zoom because there's no lag time on Zoom. And I'm not going on Instagram tonight because there's too many people here and it's confusing. So this is all we're doing. Hi, Liz. So that's on Facebook. There's people saying hi on Facebook too.
Hi, Liz.
So I'm also going to do it if you've been coming every week to my Wednesday nights, and I usually will pull people in and we can hear your voice, or I'll have you call my phone. But because there's me, Cheryl, and Allison, we're all three of us are just going to answer things in the comments, in the chats. Mm-hmm. So when we're ready, we'll tell you guys, and we'll try to answer some of those questions you have. Mm-hmm. But also I thought we would talk about mediumship and psychic abilities. I got a few emails about people who are interested in learning to develop, and they want to know how to start. And I was going to refer all of those questions to Allison, because she knows everything about every class online and about just anywhere. She's amazing. And so that's where I find out all of my information. Mm-hmm. And then if you have other questions, there's a Q&A at the bottom, and you can just ask in there. Nobody's going to know who asked the question, and we can, read the question and answer it for everybody, but we won't say who wrote it. Or you can write it in the comments if you want. It's up to you. And that's the Q&As for questions about the mediumship and psychic abilities. So that's where we're at. So Allison, if you want to start and introduce yourself, and then Cheryl maybe introduce herself, and then you can kind of go and talk about where people could learn to develop.
Sure. Hi everybody, Allison Gannon here. I am a medium, and I know a lot of you who are on here, and I also don't know a lot of you who are on here. So hello. All three of us live in California. We're all three in Southern California. And I just wanted to also maybe say to everyone from Kelly, Cheryl, and myself that we'd like to offer up a kindness challenge for this week. There's been so much grabbing and hoarding and all of this. And so I just thought, you know what, let's this week focus on doing something kind for someone in the public that we don't know, maybe a stranger. Also, it reminds me when I lived back in North Carolina, we were having one of the big hurricanes coming through. So I'd never experienced a hurricane, and I went to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I was, going to stock up as well. And people were buying coolers to fill water up so they'd have enough water. So there was one cooler left on the shelf, and I was excited, and I took the cooler and I put it in my cart, and I kept on shopping, and I turned around, and next thing I know, my cooler is gone. And I thought, maybe I just, like, maybe my cart was in a different aisle, and maybe I didn't realize that people actually take things out of other people's carts when there's fear. So what Kelly, Cheryl, and I offer to all of us here tonight is to do something kind, something from your heart, something with compassion to someone you don't know, because people are in fear, people are suffering, and people don't know what tomorrow brings. So that's our challenge to all of you. And with that, I'll defer to Cheryl.
Hi, everyone. Hello, how are you doing this evening? Thank you, Allison. And thank you for your kindness challenge, Allison. It's a great idea. And Kelly and myself, we're just so happy to be here tonight with all of you calling in on Facebook, on Zoom. I mean, I can't tell all of you what an honor it is for the three of us to be here tonight. My name is Cheryl Murphy, and I also am a medium. And my kindness challenge to you tonight is to follow your intuition. And what I mean by that is, if you go about your day or even your evening tonight and you get a little voice in your head or a little reminder to call a friend and check on them, to call a loved one, to email someone, even though you haven't thought of them in the longest time and they just come right through your inbox, so to speak, give them a shout out. And we need to be checking on each other. That's my kindness challenge to you. Check on others, because you will realize that divine guidance is happening and that your intuition, is being guided by your higher self. And there's a reason why it's connecting all of us on the call, right? Tonight, and then also tomorrow when you reach out to your loved ones. There's a reason why you're given those little nudges from the angels and from your guides. So that's my kindness challenge. And Kelly, I'll pass it on to you.
Well, I'm thinking about this, and I would say that my kindness challenge would be to really just be compassionate to what everybody's going through. Yesterday, I got a little frustrated at the grocery store because everything was gone, and I couldn't understand why everybody bought everything up. But then I started to think about it, and I just feel like there's been so much misinformation that people are a little scared and nervous. And so I think some people react in different ways. And so I just think we're all kind of going through something that we don't even understand, because as far as I know, in my lifetime, this has never happened. So let's just be kind to each other. And the other thing is that if you don't know your neighbors, but you have an elderly neighbor maybe, instead of knocking on the door, maybe leave a note just telling them you're their neighbor, and that if they need anything, give them your number. So maybe you could pick things up for them. Just doing little things like that to help people out, because I know a lot of the elderly people are just terrified to leave the house, but they have to go get things, and it's difficult. I had a hard time finding things for my family. And so, they might need a little help. So let's all kind of look out for that if you can, or anybody who might need help in your neighborhood, or if you live in an apartment, just kind of pay attention and look out for people. That's my challenge for everybody, just to be kind and understanding and not get so frustrated with each other. Yep, that's mine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to also share with you some resources that we're connected with in terms of learning mediumship, growing your spiritual knowledge. So one is, this goes to panelists. So, panelists and attendees, I got it. So I wanted to share on Facebook, there is a page called Spirit Communication, and that's something that I run. And I post different classes and different events. Also, Cheryl has a healing circle, right? That is,
Yes.
what, do you want to speak about that for a moment?
I do. I will put up the link in a moment after I talk about it, but I run a monthly free online healing prayer circle. It's a wonderful energy. You guys would love it. Please join it. If you can't make it the night that we give it, which is one Sunday every month, but if you can't make it that night, I send out a recording in your inbox the next day. But what's beautiful about a healing prayer circle is we not only come together for the healing and the manifesting of our dreams and desires and our wishes, but we also come together to feel the power of a group energy. And through I have a private Facebook page also, all right? Or I should say we have a private Facebook page in our group. And when you join our circle, we invite you to join the private Facebook page. And not only can you post your prayers and your wishes and what you want to manifest, but you also go on there to support others. And likewise, they in turn support you. And then also people post they're manifesting coming true, like their test results, are in the clear, or they did manifest that job. So that's what it's all about. It's about supporting you on your journey, and it's about feeling the group energy and creating that beautiful divine source and have that continue with you through the month.
Beautiful. And I also have the link for Kelly's Signs from Spirit.
Yes.
Which we're putting in there, and that's very near and dear to Kelly. Would you like to?
So I love spirit signs, and my son passed, and ever since he left me in 2016, he's just dropped all kinds of signs for me. And so I created this group. Really, it's just a positive place to post in a safe place for everybody to post about the signs they get from their spirit loved ones. And just really kind of like whenever I feel down, I love to just go to this page here and just read all the beautiful signs everyone gets. I love the way spirit works. I love all the signs they give us. And I just think that it's a great way to process our grief, I think, in a positive way. So that's kind of why I created this. So check it out, join it if you want to start posting about your signs or read about other people's signs. Maybe you don't get signs and you want to read what other people are doing. Maybe you are getting signs and you don't know it, and your mind's getting involved and you're overthinking it, and now you're going to see these posts and realize that you have signs too. So that's what it's all about, and I would love for you to join if you're interested.
Great. And before we get started with some readings, we'd like to mention our upcoming events, the ones that are just coming up just around the corner. Kelly and I are doing a live, I don't know if you can get that link, Kelly, to put in to the...
Yeah, let me see if I can grab it.
It's Sunday, correct? This Sunday?
Yeah.
This Sunday, Kelly and I are doing 2 hours of readings. It is a live event on Sunday, and we will be doing mediumship readings throughout that time. I'm going to be teaching a psychic investigation class in April and a beginning mediumship class. So if you're interested in those, I'll post the links later.
There's the link right now I just posted.
Perfect. Okay, great. So that's the first event that's coming up amongst the 3 of us, I think, is the 2-hour readings events.
Yes.
Okay, good. So Kelly, what would you like to do? Would you like to get started, or?
Well, I think like just there's a couple questions in here that I think are good questions, and I thought like we could kind of answer some of them. And I'm just going to go up here where it says Joan about, do any of us have a difficult time reading during the full moon? She seems to, or is this a program in her head? I'd like to start with that one because I love the full moon, and I know some people react differently to the full moon. But for me, when it's a full moon, I just feel like I'm the best medium in the world. I mean, maybe it's all in my head, but that's how I feel. And I love reading during a full moon. And I know that Mavis had told me that we should chart that because everybody has like, their own reaction during the full moon. And so you can find out if the full moon's a good time for you or maybe it's not a good time for you. So for me, I love it. I don't know about anybody else. What about you guys?
For me also, I just purchased a moon phase calendar for this year to actually track, my readings or my demonstrations. I started doing it about 6 months ago, but I'm kind of looking at it more closely right now. But I do agree, as Mavis Patilla would say, that there are different times of the month with the moon, and that it does affect, the tides and the moon. And as like emergency rooms are busier during the full moon, or people act a little bit different during a full moon. So and then also the new moon is another time that's important for the month. That's a good time for new beginnings. But for my readings, I agree, Kelly. I feel pretty great around a full moon. So Joan, you just have to track your own progress. How's that? Because it is different for everybody.
Yes. Allison?
Yeah, that sounds great. And also I'm seeing Rebecca's commenting that when she does her electronic voice phenomena, so she will track spirit voices through electronic recorders and different devices. And she says that actually it's great during the full moon for her. So a lot of people are impacted by the full moon. So great question. Any other questions?
Yes. Can you guys see the questions? I'm gonna
I do see them under Q&A by participants and
so
chat.
I just read the first one. So okay, so let's see. Somebody's love to take an online course. Allison, you want to talk about that? Did you already tell them where they could go? I think
I did, and I will put the link there. It's going to be in May online for deepening your intuitive and mediumship skills. Yes.
Okay, here's a question. I haven't read the whole question yet, but I'll read it out loud. It says, when at work, I feel energy and the pitch of it as it were. It seems deafening. Normally I can tune it out, but it is roaring right now. I imagine other people that are sensitive are having the same issue right now. Any tips on how to tune out the panic and sense of dread without tuning them out completely? Thanks. That's so interesting, because I've been hearing this like weird vibrational noise as well, and I was trying to figure out if it was the building I lived in, and I was listening to the walls. But now that it never occurred to me that it could be something like that, I agree it is that. I think it's just all the panic, this energy, it's overwhelming. And that is a great idea. I actually didn't even occur to me that that's what it was, and I've been feeling a little bit more anxious than normal, and I've been meditating more. So I know that meditation helps me in trying to kind of calm down and relax and just let spirit kind of guide me and help me. What about you, Cheryl? Do you have any tips?
I agree. Well, for me, and also with the couple of earthquakes that have been going on, I really have been feeling the planet, so I don't know if I've been hearing noises, but I've been feeling vibrations, and how to tune it out. Like you said, sometimes it can just be so much, Wendella, but I do sit in quiet or sit in the stillness. I do kind of turn everything off for, a half hour, let's just say. And I try to spend some time in my own energy. And that way I'm just kind of coming back to center. That's what helps me. What about you, Allison?
Yeah, it depends on, is this Wendella's question that we're answering, I think, with the pitch? Okay. It depends on what the sound is. So for example, if it's the high pitch, right? Sometimes you can just let spirit know, okay, I hear you, I'm hearing it, and then it will tune down or turn off if it's spirit coming closer to you. And if it's you attuning to the spirit world, I think gratitude also. Thank you for allowing me to feel and sense more strongly. And then just boundaries, just know that it should be gone. So I don't know, Wendella, if you can, try to turn your attention elsewhere and kind of mute it out. But definitely if it's coming from the spirit world, then they will reduce it, just as they do with other ways that they communicate.
So there's a lot of good questions tonight. Thank you, everybody, because I just see more questions, and we'll get some readings here in a minute. But I just want to answer one more question. And so there was another one I saw in here. Okay, right here. It's any insight on the ending of karmic ties from the ending of the retrograde? I feel big life changes coming for many. I feel a lot of life changes happening for people as well. And the thing about this whole thing that's happening with the COVID-19, I don't know why, but I don't feel like this is going to last as long as they say. And I still feel optimistic about everything. And I am that optimistic person by nature. That is just me. So I'm going to just keep thinking positive. And I feel like things aren't going to be as bad as a lot of people are fearing and the news is making it sound like. So I try to stay positive and keep my thoughts there. As far as the karmic ties and the ending of the retrograde, I'm not the best person to talk to about that stuff. I know it affects me, but I don't know how all that works. So I don't know if Cheryl or Allison, are you guys good with that stuff? I wish I did. I love astrology.
Yeah.
But I'm not an expert on it, so I don't want to say. I just know that it affects me for sure, and I feel it. With anything, I guess my go-to would just be trusting spirit and meditation and trying to, like, let spirit guide me and let me know what I need to do. I always trust that.
I agree. This last retrograde was kind of a doozy, for me personally.
Me
but
too.
Sometimes I have the best of luck during retrograde. So I try not to put too much on it. I just try to set my intention every day that, what, today's the best day of my life, and I'm going from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, there's some stuff on Facebook. Have you ever seen? Now, are you guys watching on Facebook too? Any messages about this prior or to it starting or now that it is happening? Nicole Nicole wants to know if have we received any messages about this prior to it starting or now that it is happening. I didn't receive any messages prior to the starting, but I can say that prior to the starting for this year, I did feel that the months of March and April were going to be difficult. But the rest of the year I felt like was going to be fantastic, and I still feel the same way. So I have to say that's my big feeling. Of course, I don't tune in to look for futuristic things, and I also don't tune in to look for anything negative. So I always try to stay positive and look for those things. So that may be why I'm not looking for it, but I still feel very optimistic about things, and I still feel like Spirit is lining things up for my family and the way things are happening. And I know that Spirit's not going to steer us on the wrong way. I mean, my husband just quit his job. You would think we should be freaked out, but I'm not. He might be, but I'm not. And I just know it's all going to be okay for everybody. Maybe it's not going to be perfect, but it's not going to be as bad as we think. That's my feeling. What about you guys?
I don't have any response, just because that's not, I don't focus my area in that, but I do have an answer for Pamela Johnson. So if I could jump to Pamela's question. Pamela asks, what about orbs and photos, videos? Are these actually spirit? So Pamela, my experience has been that, yes, spiritual energy. Because sometimes you'll see an orb and it's even more than one spirit face inside. Sometimes you'll see two or many layered on top of one another. So I like to say that orbs are spiritual energy and not necessarily one spirit. Also, sometimes orbs can be dorbs, which is dust, right? We just need to make sure that we're open enough and neutral enough to know that sometimes it could be dust, sometimes it could be rain, sometimes it could be other outside environmental elements, but absolutely orbs can be spiritual energy. And also look around that area of the picture to see if there's any other type of spiritual energy nearby. Also, what's interesting is the placement of the orb will often be indicative of who it is. I know Kelly and I won't get into the question, but we did an experiment with Kelly's son. And we were having a slumber party at a hotel, and we had the camera, we were taking pictures, and we asked her son yes and no questions. And we asked him to appear on the left if it was a yes, appear on the right if it was a no, and it really doesn't matter. You can have your own guidelines that you create with spirit. And so we asked him some specific questions that we inquiring minds wanted to know. And it was so fascinating because it was a huge orb no on Kelly's side. And you can work with spirit in that way. And also with the placement of the orbs, I've taken photos of people and there'll be maybe a picture in the background. We're out in public and the orb places itself near the picture, and it's a picture of a farm. So just by that, I know that there's a spirit loved one who lived on a farm or lived near a farm, worked a farm, that is coming for that person. And you know, by gosh, yes, Grandpa lived on a farm of the lady who I took the photo of. So there's lots of cool stuff with orbs, with faces. Also anything reflective, like windows, you know. Water, absolutely. Spirit loves to reflect their image back to us. And you'll see like faces morphed upon face, morphed upon face, morphed upon face. So very cool area. Thanks for the question. Want to share? Alice, want to share? Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and with my little boy that's still here, when he was 7, he was obsessed with orbs because Allison told him about orbs, and I showed him videos. And so we did our own orb videos in my room, and he talked to the spirits and told them where to land. And in the videos, you see these orbs come and land like right on his arm. And he says, that's Grandpa. And another one lands on this arm, and he told me who that was. And these are people he'd never met in spirit, but he was telling me who they were. And then he asked one to give him a hug, and it landed on his heart. So I do think that you know, if you're open to it, spirit will work with you and answer questions, like Allison said. I think it's amazing. And even children, like, I feel like my son's the one who really like made me believe.
Yeah, and one more quick, just a question here. They asked about whether they should have the flash on or off. Kimberly, flash on for the orbs. Not necessarily when you're taking like reflective pictures of the windows, but for the orbs, for you know, whatever reason, they're captured better when you have the flash on as well. Cheryl, any orb stories?
Yes, I want to share just a couple. Allison and I did a public demonstration, or a private, for some group of people not too long ago, and Allison was walking around taking pictures of everyone, myself included, while I was in front of the audience doing the demonstration. And she captured this beautiful picture, Allison, of this beautiful orb right outside my mouth, this kind of thing, as I was connecting with spirit. And I think we posted it, and it said like speaking to spirit, or spirit speaks. But it was beautiful, beautiful. And then also that was just such an amazing, that's like, you know, the one of a kind photo, you know, that you want to get. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And I just want to acknowledge Tracy's comment too. She says she gets so many orbs with faces, and that, you know, since her son passed away 22 months ago, from the security camera, she gets a lot of orbs too. And that's the other thing. Check your cameras, check your security cameras, because there's a lot of activity that's going on. So wonderful.
I've got great videos from that. So also, one person asked another question about the orbs, Allison, and they wanted to know, can an orb be red and with a face inside it?
Absolutely. Orbs come in all different colors, which may denote their frequency. So there's orange, green, blue orbs I've seen, purple, red, and and definitely have faces inside, maybe one face or maybe more. So absolutely.
Yeah, I get the green one, like a teal green one all the time. And I believe it's my mother-in-law. It started right after she passed, and that was her favorite color. And the orb's always that color, and it's always around my little boy. And they were two peas in a pod. So I just think it's her letting me know she's around.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So I think that's good. Let's try to do some readings, guys. Do you guys want to, let's see, there's people in the Q&A that are asking for readings, and there's people in the comments asking for readings, and then there's people on Facebook asking for readings. So let's start with this one on Facebook. I'll read you the question. The lady's name is Caitlin Archibald, and her question is, she says she's feeling powerful energy today and would love a psychic reading to see what you are feeling for her future. And I'm trying to open it up for more. Oh, there we go. For her future, let's see. And also because she has been extra connected with spirit and energy and sun on recently. Thanks. So if you're here, or she's on Facebook. Caitlin, if you're here, let me know that you're listening, because I know Facebook is a little bit delayed and we can't get confirmation right away. But I'm just going to say what perfect. What I'm feeling, and I'm just doing intuitive. I do feel there is a lot of energy going around you, and I feel like I've read for you before, Caitlin. I just can't remember, but your name's very familiar. So why don't you go, Allison? I think I might be overthinking this. I want to see what you're feeling. Or Cheryl.
Yeah, I actually was trying to find her question. I feel like Cheryl enjoys these psychic questions.
I love psychic questions. Just trying to. And Caitlin, as I was tuning into you when Kelly was reading the question, is I feel intuitively that you have grown over this past year, spiritually speaking, intuitive development, Caitlin. And what I see for you is that you're being pushed or nudged to step further along this path of spiritual healing, or whatever alternative avenue you want to take. But I'm hearing like you can't, it's like you've been either pushing it to the side, if that makes sense. And now it's kind of coming at you from the right and the left, because I do feel you're going to step into some not only higher frequencies, but you'll step into this more on your life. Like I believe Spirit's asking you to dedicate more to this to your life, or maybe your intuition is getting stronger and you're wondering why. But I'm telling you, I think that's why. I think Spirit is asking you to develop more or to sit more with Spirit. But for yourself, not only to help others, but really for yourself, and for you to trust Spirit. Okay. So that's one of my messages to you right now. Kelly, are you picking up anything for Caitlin?
Yeah, I think I got thrown off by the question because I didn't, my mind got involved. It said something about the sun, and I wasn't quite sure what she meant by that. But Caitlin, do you have a child? And if you do, just because she's in Zoom, if you're in Zoom, post it. I can see it right away. I can't see them right away on Facebook. It takes a minute. Okay, perfect. So, and your child's here, not in spirit, right? You have a son? Am I correct on that, Caitlin? Okay, perfect. And he's still here, or is he in spirit? Because I feel like he's here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not overthinking it. I kind of got in my head a little bit because I know I've read for you, and the first thing I felt like is I wanted to talk about your son, and I felt drawn to your son. So I don't know if he's a sensitive, but I think he is, and I think we've talked about this. And I do believe that, sorry, there's sirens in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I do believe that you, like what Cheryl said, I completely agree with what Cheryl's saying. And I want to add to that, I don't know what's going on with your son, but I also feel like he's going through a bit of a spiritual shift. I don't know how old he is, or how open he is to this, but I know that in many ways, I feel like as you're going through your changes, he's kind of following suit. So I just think that you're on the right path, and this surge of energy you're feeling, I think, is really spirit trying to push you along and help you. So I hope that makes sense. I just feel like spirit's trying to lift you up. Does that make sense, Caitlin? I don't know if she's back. We lost her.
And also, I would like to add on top of what both Cheryl and Kelly have said is that, Caitlin, it feels like your intuition is really ramping up.
We lost
and
you.
it feels like this is the time to really trust your gut feelings and your intuition, because it feels very strong, and it feels very on point. So letting you know that.
Yeah.
And also, I'm wondering if there was something legal came up. And so, did you lose me, or did you lose me? Me? You lost? No.
For like
Okay.
2 seconds, you're back.
Oh, I'm back. Okay, perfect. So also something legal has come up when I'm tuning into you. So I don't know if you've just recently finished something that was legal. I don't feel like it's going to be a surprise. I feel like it's just like going through some legal work. But again, really trust your intuition, because it's coming through very, very strongly. Your guides are working with you, and so are your loved ones on the other side. So trust that. And it also feels like dreams, having some vivid dreams. So make sure to have pen and paper, so that when you wake up, you write your dreams down, because it feels like messages are coming through to you in your dreams. They're leaving you breadcrumbs, so to help and to guide you. So hopefully, where are you, Caitlin?
She's in there somewhere. She said we were on point, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
There's so many comments coming through. It's hard to follow them all.
Okay, good. So she understands that. She's on Zoom chat. Perfect.
So there's Elise is posting for a message as well. Did you guys want to tune into that? Where did she go?
She wrote the first part, and then she wrote a second
She
post.
said she would like a reading regarding her daughter. She and her partner are returning to work, but from their house. And then we go down here, and she is hiring a woman who lives with more members of her family. The baby would go to that house during the day. Could you please read regarding the safety of the baby, etc.? Thank you. So I think what she's saying, and let me know if I'm right, Elise, your daughter is going to be working from home, but the baby is going to go to somebody else's house to be watched, like a daycare that's around other people of her family. Is that correct? Okay, perfect. I feel like your daughter is very intuitive, and I feel like she didn't take this whole thing, letting the baby be with somebody, very lightly. She did a lot of her own search for this person. And I feel like this is a good person who's going to be watching the baby, and I think that she'll be looked after quite well. And I think that your daughter is great at choosing people. She's very good at reading good people. It's like she doesn't pick bad people. I feel like she's really good at this. So I do think the baby's going to be great and happy. What do you guys feel?
I felt that actually the person came to the daughter. Somehow this person was brought to your daughter, Elise, by divine forces, by your loved ones on the other side. So I feel like all the pieces kind of fit together, that this was the choice to choose. So that feels really good.
Yeah. Cheryl, anything?
I'm going to jump in too and say, Elise, I feel like there's so much socialization going on around this baby, like just warmth and family and, people, it just feels so loving and, hugs and kisses around it. I felt that this would be a long-term situation, that it would work out that well, what it would be long-term. And it does feel like an extended family in some way, so this will turn into an extended family situation, but it felt good all the way around.
Okay. So Allison, why don't you pick somebody this time? I feel like I'm picking them all.
I was reading Shauna's post. So her son is having some issues getting him into residential treatment program. She's a worried mama. Are my plans for his treatment, current and future, on the right track for him? So, we've all had some connection with that in one way or another, and it's not an easy road, Shauna. Lots of ups and downs. But ultimately what I'm feeling is it's a slow road to recovery, but one baby step at a time. And you're doing the best you can. And in your son's mind, he's doing the best he can too. I feel a lot of sadness around this. I feel a lot of tears and hopelessness, just the feeling of hopelessness, but not meaning there isn't hope. And so I know that Kelly's gonna want to jump in here and share as well. And then we may all do another round for you.
So, Shauna, as I tune in, I've been down this route before, so I mean, I totally can relate and understand what you're going through. But when I tune into your son's energy through you, I don't know if that's how I do it, but that's how it feels. I do feel like he wants to beat this. He wants to get help. He wants to make this different because he's tired. And what I feel, I think, is just him being tired. He's tired of this way. And now I'm reading this again. When you say residential treatment program, I think we're all assuming you're talking of addiction. Is that correct? Because I also feel like this might be something different besides addiction. If so, if you could just let me know, Shauna, is that what we're talking about? Behavioral, thank you. That's what I felt like it was a little bit different, but I feel like he's tired of being like this. He wants to change things. So I do think that he's going to do the work. And I do think that you are doing the right things. You're finding the right programs. Here's the thing though, I'm not sure that you've found the right one yet, but you're like on the track to finding it. It's like all part of like the way it's supposed to happen. And I think that things are gonna start to look up or be a little bit better as time goes on. It's just not gonna happen overnight though. And I don't know how old he is, but he feels like he's still young, like maybe a teenager or a young adult. Is that correct, Shauna? Okay, perfect. So I just think that with him, you just have to keep trying and not give up and try to stay positive. And I know that's really hard because I've been down that route. I have like 2 boys where they have behavioral problems. But my youngest one, totally different because I did things different. But definitely just keep a positive, heart for him and just send him lots of love. I think we can never do wrong by our children as long as we're doing everything with love. That's my belief. And they know that they're loved. It's that unconditional love. Okay. So I do think you're on the right track personally. What about you, Cheryl?
Can I, that was so beautiful, Kelly. Can I just add, Shauna, our hearts go out to you and to your son, of course. I do want to tell you what I picked up, which was I felt a male role model, whether it's a teacher, someone steps in as a male role model to help him out. And I agree with Kelly that he does want to get help. So, don't give up. I do feel this is bringing the 2 of you closer, but I did feel, I felt financial help too, stepping in with you. So I'm hoping that that is something that you'll be needing, or at least you can use, because I felt financial help coming your way, and I felt a male role model, whether he's a teacher or someone else is part of this treatment center, stepping in to help also. So just wishing you lots of love, Shauna. Thank you.
Shauna, I just want to follow up one more time with all of that. I think the other thing to keep in mind is keeping your own sanity, because sometimes we can get lost and depleted by our children's needs. And it's so important that you continue to meet your own needs as a person and as a parent. And I also want to share a quick story. And I feel like this is synchronistic in sharing. Both my sister and brother were adopted, and they both had loads of problems, and they both went to residential treatment centers for behavioral problems. And no one thought that they would ever be able to really live in this society. And both of them, in their own ways, are thriving. But really, none of us, including the family members, thought that, you know, they would turn around. And something clicked in them. It took many, many years, but they did turn around. So have hope and have faith that miracles can happen.
Beautiful. Cheryl, you want to pick a question? Or
Sure.
a reading, psychic or mediumship? We haven't done any mediumship.
Sure, sure. Well, you know, I felt, if I may just say from spirit, I felt a mom come through and her name was Barbara. So I don't know if I could just put that out there. It was a little bit ago, but it was like a mom came through. Her name was Barbara, and I'm just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, Barbara was like a mom. Yeah, you know what, Nick, did you just write in? Because I almost grabbed you. I was like, oh, I'm just going to take the last one. Who is this Nick? I see NIC. I would love to hear from my loved ones. This is great. I almost picked you, and then we went to Barbara, and here you are. Well, Barbara picked me to
Awesome.
get you a story. So is your name Nick?
Nikki.
Nikki, thank you very much. Thank you. So I just felt like Barbara is here and she's talking about a birthday, and she's talking about not seeing her grandchildren or something. Would you understand that? And then, but I felt something about a birthday, wishing a birthday coming up pretty soon. But I just feel like in some way, your dad's birthday's coming up. Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. And it's your birthday? Oh, Deb, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Deb. But Nikki, I just felt Barbara to come through, and such a sweetie. You know, I just feel like I have a sweetie with me, a sweet woman, and someone who was actually very affectionate, and someone who was very close to you. And once again, very demonstrative in her affection with you, you know, just telling you, you know, hugs and kisses, you know, love from heaven. I do feel like she believed in the spirit world, or, you know, she was religious. Would you understand that? Like she did have a faith. And so in some way she knew where she was going ahead of time. And she wants me to tell you she doesn't trip up in heaven. So I don't know if she used to trip here, but she doesn't trip in heaven. So that's just kind of a validation, if you can understand that. Yeah, she used to be very clumsy, right? So, you know, that's just her, you know, that's just her way. I feel like she would make fun of herself, which is so, you know, loving for someone, especially our grandmothers. So just love to you. And I'm going to ask Kelly or Allison if they're getting anything on this.
Well, I don't know if this is her or not, but I keep seeing like a pie, like a peach pie or something. Was she known for her pie? The spirit loves to show me their desserts because I love sweets. So, do you know if your grandmother was known for making pie or sweets, Nikki? I don't know if she's going to come back on there. Well, not peach pie, but she did love sweets. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I just want peaches right now. But definitely I saw a pie. So I just feel like she was like somebody who would make sweets, and she liked to bake. So definitely that's what I kept seeing. And just a lot of like love, like Cheryl was saying. I think she was very sweet. And she was also like funny and cute and funny. I think that she would do things or say things that were very adorable. So I feel that people loved her. So, and she just has so much love for you. She's always around, I feel. Allison?
I am actually picking up a different gentleman. So we may be moving on here. But listen still, Nikki, in case he belongs to your family. So I have an older gentleman here. And I'm also getting the name Ed. Eddie, Edward does not have to be his name, could be connected in living or in spirit. But I do know there's an Ed connection. And I feel with him, this gentleman who does feel more like a grandfather, but I do feel with him that he had, what is it called? He had, not only did he have blood pressure issues, I feel like he had circulation issues. That's really huge with him. He had circulation issues because I'm feeling cold and hot in different parts of the body, and I'm feeling like the blood is just not getting through. So does anyone, okay, here, Deborah, Ed, grandfather, Ed, yes. Deborah, do you also understand the circulation issues with your grandfather, please?
She said yes, yeah.
Yes, okay. So let me continue to work, and the other, it's funny, two Deborahs can take,
I know, right?
let's just see what happens here. I also know, okay, thank you. I also feel like he was put into, I don't feel like he was at home during his passing. Would you understand that, Deborah, please? Deborah R. No, okay, and Deborah P. Side, yeah, okay, because I feel like I'm in, I felt like I was in a hospital, and I feel like I've got myself my little quilted blanket, like I feel like that's from home, but I feel like my crocheted blanket, but I feel like I'm in a hospital bed. So let me just get one more piece and then see if Cheryl and Kelly can tune in, because we have the battle of the Deborahs here with the Eds, with the Eds on the other side. And, you know, they may be coming in together to feel like a really good personality here as well. Somebody who would have made you laugh. Okay, gotcha, Deborah. So let's just get one more thing with this gentleman. I also feel like he wants to say the name, and this feels like a living name, please. Chris, Christopher, Christine. Do you understand the Chris name, please? Living.
What about the other Deborah?
We're looking
Deborah
for
Romero?
Deborah R. Deborah R. No, okay. All right, that's fine. You might be able to place that later, but because he comes and he brings up, you know, the circulation, and I also know wearing shoes would have been a problem with him. I know that my feet are painful and they feel a little bit swollen, and putting my shoes on and off, I'm mainly in my socks. Would you understand that, please? Oh, okay, wait. Yes, for Deborah. Okay. All right. So, Kelly or Cheryl, are you picking up this gentleman, or do you want me to keep going with him?
Well, I think I am picking up this gentleman, but I'm not sure for which Deborah. I'm kind of confused on the Deborahs, but I'm just going to say what I feel. Obviously, he was in the military because he's in the VA hospital. So I feel like though he would have been somebody in the military that would have received some sort of accommodations or award or something, because I feel like he was looked up to and things like that, or they would have talked about him after he passed because he did something, you know, spectacular, or he was known for something spectacular. Can either of you understand that about Edward? Is that his name? Edward. The Deborahs. Can either of you understand about him doing something great in the military, like he would have been known for that, or got an award, not an award, a medal. Thank you. That's the word. I can never get my words out. I feel like he would have a medal. Would either of you understand that? Deborah Pruden, or I forget which one was in the VA hospital.
Deborah P is in the hospital and Deborah R was in a hospital bed.
Okay, boxing gloves.
But the Deborah P had the Vietnam.
Okay, so it was firefighter award. Okay, that's fine. I feel like he did something spectacular and he got an award. So maybe it wasn't in the military, but he was just known for this. Is Firefighter, I'll take that. And I also feel like he was a very proud man, and I think that he would have been somebody who tried to share his life experiences with other people, trying to help them always. I just feel like he was always just like somebody who was always kind of almost lecturing you, but like in a nice way, like not like he was telling you what to do, but it was like everything was like a story, I feel like, with him. Would you understand that either, Deborah, with Edward? Yes, from Deborah Romero. Okay. Yeah, and is that the grandfather, right? Deborah Romero, is that your grandfather?
Yes, and she could also take the Chris later. So she really basically could take all the information.
Yes, I think it's all for, if Deborah Pruden, if you can take some of it, take the message. And I do feel like grandfather's coming through with just really kind of just saying he's with you, he's got your back. So I feel like you're going through some things, and he just wants you to know like he's always there supporting you and reminding you that you come from such an amazing family, because I feel like sometimes you forget your own power, your own energy, and who you are. And so he's just there to kind of remind you like you are a strong person and you can get through anything. And you guys, go ahead, Cheryl or
I have someone else coming through, so may I?
Allison. Anything else?
Oh, just to finish with the grandpa, with Grandpa Ed?
I'm done, but if you
He
guys.
came through feeling like grandfather Ed, and he was in a hospital bed, Ed in a hospital bed. And so Deborah, it also feels like, would you understand mom living, please, for you?
Yes.
Yes, because it also feels like he's coming for mom. He's coming, to give mom a message. Mom's been through some ups and downs and all arounds, and so he's coming to lend his love and support. Does that make sense for you, Deborah? Okay, perfect. That's the feeling that was coming through. Thank you so much for letting us speak to your grandfather. She's in a rest home now. Okay, so she's out of the house. Makes sense. All right. Well, please know she's not alone. That your grandpa's with her.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Cheryl, who you have?
Yeah.
Can
So
I
you
go?
got Cheryl.
Can I go?
Yeah.
I felt a girl step through. And when Allison said Christine, it just, all this energy just started coming through. I don't know if anyone has a Christine that passed. And then I also had a Maya or an MA name pass. I felt, and I felt this girl to be a younger girl. And I felt cancer was a passing. So I just want to put that out there to anyone. I just felt a girl. I felt her to be younger or young, I'll just say. And I felt like she's someone's daughter. So I just have an MA, like a Maya. And then I also felt a Christine jump in when Allison said that. So I might be working with two people. But I felt a cancer passing with the Maya. So just let you guys, and it might not be maybe Maya, it may be an MA name, that type of feeling. So
I'm watching Facebook to see if anybody can take it, but I don't think anybody can take it on Facebook. If anybody can take it here in Zoom, make a comment, please.
And so, she may not be your daughter, but she is, maybe that person and they have a daughter with that name. But I felt she was, a passing from an illness. And I don't know why I'm getting names, but that's how they're coming through,
So, did you say she was younger, like somebody's daughter, like teenager or something like that?
Yep. Yeah, she felt like a daughter and a younger girl.
Okay.
And I just felt that her parents are, you would either know her parents or one of her parents is on the call tonight, but.
Well, maybe they're not listening right now.
Maybe.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I have a daughter in spirit about earlier, and my living daughter is.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. You have a daughter in spirit. Sarah, may I just work with you for a moment? Thank you. And you have a daughter named Macy in the living. And did your daughter pass from an illness, the daughter in spirit? May I ask, Sarah? And would this have been a long time ago, may I ask? I don't know what a long time ago is, but that's what I just heard. I don't know what that means, how many years, but 2.5, that's not too long ago. May I work with you though, Sarah? Because I want to stay with you, because I felt there's something about, I know you're still mourning her passing, you know, there's something about her wanting to reach you. And is it something about you are holding onto her dresses, and she's showing me the color yellow. So I just want to put that out there to you. I also felt the month of May to be significant. And I just feel with her, with your daughter, that that there was an energy of vibrancy about her before her illness. Thank you. And so her sister has been wearing her dresses. Okay. And I felt a vibrancy with her. And your birthday's in May. Perfect. I felt the month of May to be significant, and also yellow. I don't know, but I just felt yellow or creamy yellow, like, but she feels it. She loved, you know, her imagination was big, and the optimism, that's what I wanted to talk about, is that she feels so optimistic. And I feel like even in her harder days when she was having a tough time, you know, she still helped you when she wasn't feeling well. Like you, I mean, this is how incredibly strong she feels, is that even though she was the one going through this, she's helping you, you know, take care of things, or at least be a strength for you in some way. But she sends her love, she sends her light. She tells me you used to read to her, or you used to read a book to her, because she's still very much aware of that, you reading to her. And you never took no, she's saying you never took no for an answer or something like that. Like if she said, no, I don't want to do something, you helped her spirit too, is what I'm feeling, right? I just feel like she's like in awe of you. I also think that you light a candle for her sometimes, because she's acknowledging that. So I just feel like there's reading involved. There's, you must have an altar for her with her picture and a candle. I just feel so special with this young person with me. And that, yes, thank you. And an altar. So she very much knows that. I just feel like and may I just say, is there a tattoo? Did someone get a tattoo in her honor? Is what I'm hearing. Also, I felt, yes, a lot of us, thank you. And I also felt something about her ashes or something. This is, you know, help me out here. I'm asking, but I feel like someone's wearing her ashes. I know sometimes they put them in the tattoo, or they wear them in a little something around the necklace, but, you know, I'm just feeling that she's very much hearing you, is what she says. I hear you. Like she's coming through saying, I hear you. I hear your thoughts. I hear you. I wear her ashes in a necklace. Thank you very much. So
sweet.
I'm just feeling, she's rocking it out in the spirit world. I want to tell you, she's a rock star over there. And it's really because of you, like you light up her life, is what she says. Okay. So I just feel like she's a star in some way, and she's just taking me to the stars. So I feel like that's something that the two of you shared, was looking up at the stars, or, you know, that symbol of a star. So I just want to tell you that she says, look, her days are not over. You know, she's still at it, you know, and I feel like she would still be dancing, and she would still be celebrating. I feel like she comes to you in music. So I'll just leave you with that. You bought a star for her in a constellation.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm just telling you that, you know, she's rocking out with you. And I just keep hearing rock star. I know you like jazz music, or she like, you know, I'm just feeling jazz now with the rock music. So I feel like music is super important for you, that she would have used that for healing. So please know that she probably comes to you in music, or, and so I'm just going to leave that with you for the moment. And she sends, you know, she's just here with you for sure. So thank you so much.
Beautiful, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Can I
guys.
just say one thing, Sarah? And I keep seeing daisies. I don't know, did she let, and they're yellow daisies. So I feel like every time she'd say yellow, or something about the yellow, I kept seeing yellow daisies. And would you understand the daisies, Sarah? I don't know if she's, okay. Okay, okay. And was she very feminine? I just feel like she was very girly. That's the other thing. I just feel like she loved being girly. Okay, perfect. So, and I also feel like I want to like paint my face. So I don't know if like she liked to have her face painted or if there's pictures of her with her face painted, but I feel like it's a fun memory. So she's just trying to bring that up. And her and her sister, I feel like were very close, even though I feel like their sisters fight, right? But they loved each other and they had fun together. I just feel like they were pretty close and they talked about everything. Can you understand that as well? And I just think she just wants to tell her sister how much she loves her and she's always with her. I do feel like she likes to come to all of you guys in your dreams and have fun and bring up fun memories while you're dreaming with her so that you guys can laugh and smile and remember those things. So just know that she's doing that. And I keep seeing butterflies. So I don't know if you see a lot of butterflies, but I see them everywhere. So I feel like she's like surrounding you guys with butterflies everywhere. So that's what I'm going to leave you with.
Oh wow, her headstone is a butterfly.
Can we now feel all of that energy? Oh my God.
God, she's amazing.
Beautiful.
Your daughter is
I
amazing.
love her.
And can I just throw in there unicorns also, Sarah? I just felt she's rocking it out with the unicorns over there. So, oh my gosh, Kelly, that's beautiful.
The other thing that was prominent for me was skating. I just saw skates. Thank you so much, Sarah, for letting us connect.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
With your daughter, and beautiful job, Cheryl. Beautiful job, Kelly. I wanted to ask Kelly before I don't know what our time frame is, but I wanted to see if we could I wanted to see if we could quickly tune in to 2 quick questions that were in the Q&A.
Yeah.
One was from Barbie and the other one was from Rebecca. If you can read Rebecca's question, I'm going to start with Barbie's question.
Okay.
So Barbie, your question is about your 4-year-old, and the first feeling that I got was no. He just, he feels like he's a sensitive soul and also has a sensitive constitution. And if you can afford, financially and time-wise to keep him home with you longer, that's the direction I would go in. So I feel like, till the end of summer, and just start in the new year. So that's what's coming through for me. Kelly and Cheryl.
I get the same feeling. No, don't go back to that preschool. And I don't know if there's something particularly going on with the preschool or if it's just not the right preschool for him. I also think that he kind of beats to his own drum, even though he's a preschooler and he likes things his way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, in preschool, when they're little like that, they try to force them into being a certain way. So I think that, you're intuitively feeling this, and that's great. That's what moms do. We intuitively read our children, and I think you're doing a great job, and you already knew this answer. Cheryl?
No, I'm good. I think you guys did a great job.
Okay, and then Rebecca's question.
Let me find it. You want to read it, Allison?
Sure. Okay. Y'all tune in as I read it.
Okay.
I've been on the waiting list for the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio for months for a rare disease. My appointment falls on Monday, but I have a lot of anxiety about travel from New York to Ohio. Worry about hotel being closed or being stuck there somewhere from quarantine. Is there any guidance from Spirit as to what is best for me?
Well, my first instinct is I would say, call them and find out what are the options, because I feel like you shouldn't travel because it's not the right time right now with all that's going on. And I do feel that there is going to be a lot of problems with the hotels and stuff. And I think that, I know you've been on the waiting list, but I feel like if you were to call them and tell them your concerns or your fears, they would understand, and they probably don't want you coming either, and they're going to rearrange things for you, or they might give you some confirmation that maybe they have housing set up for you because of the situation. I don't know, but I feel like you need to call them And I feel like based on just what I'm feeling right now, if you don't call them and with no information, I'd say no, it's not safe for you to do this right now. But that's what I'm feeling. What do you get, Cheryl?
Well, Allison, I was going to ask you to take this one, but I'll just quickly say, Rebecca, I just feel spirit is with you. I love it that Kelly said call them, because it feels like when you call them, there are some answers there for you. That's what I'm feeling drawn to do. And I feel in some way they've taken care, like they've already thought things out for you and how it's going to work out, right, Kelly? So but I feel, oh my God, you are definitely surrounded by spirits and angels. And Rebecca, I don't know if your dad has passed, but I just felt, you have a man stepping in also. So I just wanted to ask you that. I don't know if you can type that in, but that's what I'm feeling is like you are good here. You will be good when you make that call. So Allison,
that's what I feel, the call. You got to call.
Yeah, and I feel like you'll feel better after getting additional information. So whether that's, oh, I can reschedule, a month from now, or they have a certain protocol procedure. I'm just feeling a lot of chaos around the center because there's so much flux that's going on. And so if you don't have to travel and if you could postpone it, that may be helpful. But I also feel like if you do go, it's not going to be terrible. I feel like this isn't like a black and white issue where it's like, do you go or don't go?
Right.
One's just going to be more challenging than maybe the other. One's just going to be a little more chaotic than the other, but it feels like you get help both ways.
Yes. That's perfect. That's what I feel like, what you said, Allison, too. I kind of feel the same way. I just think like giving a call, she's going to have a lot more answers. Yep. Well, it is a little bit after 8. So I think this is the time where we say goodbye and thank everybody. So
can we remind them of our event?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, let's remind them. So Allison and I have an event coming up on Sunday at 5 o'clock, and I posted it in the comments here. But I'm also you can find it on our Facebook pages or our website, and I'm gonna post our websites here. I'm gonna put mine here if you guys wanna put yours too. And you guys can find more information about events on my website under my event section. And you can find the link to that there, as well as on my Facebook. And I think that's it, just those 2 places. Under my events on Facebook, you can find it. And I'll also post it on Facebook in the live video at the top there. If I haven't done so already, I'll paste it in there after this.
And I will post my events that are coming up here. So Kelly and I are doing a 2-hour event together Sunday where we're doing readings for 2 hours. And then also I'm teaching a psychic investigation, psychic detective class. And I'm also teaching a spirit communication course if you'd like to learn how to connect with the spirit world. So those are there. And then my website is spiritcommunication.com. I think I spelled that right. And Cheryl.
And then may I mention, just because I sent out an email for my subscribers the other day, please sign up for my newsletter. But for right now, I am offering 20% off my readings. So just for the next 2 days, there's 2 days left. Please use a coupon code March 20, which is the coupon code, but it's 20% off my phone readings or Skype or email. And just to let you guys know, I'll put up my email address or I'll put up my website address. But please, I teach monthly inner circle monthly mentorships for groups of people. I also do private one-on-one mentorships. So just kind of keep that in mind. And yeah, please sign up for my newsletter. And I'm just so grateful to be here tonight. It just couldn't be more appropriate to give loving messages. So thank you so much for allowing me to do that, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I like having the 2 of you on with me. I feel like it bumps up the energy.
Elise is giving you a plug, Kelly. She says, what is your website, Kelly?
Oh, I posted it.
There
Thank
it is.
you. Thank you, Elise.
Thank you so much, everybody. And
Yes.
let's go out and do our kindness challenge this week and be kind to those we know and don't know. It's really a time of upheaval, and people are really in fear. And if we can spread some love and compassion, knowing that all is well and this too shall pass.
Yes.
So lots of love to everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you, guys. Bye, everybody. Okay, I'm going to exit out now.